She was at the table. Her daughter was telling her about her day. Something happened at school. Someone said something. There was a part she was excited about, and she was nodding, smiling at the right moments, fork in hand. But inside, she was 3 rooms ahead. Tomorrow's schedule, the things she forgot to send, the texts she hadn't returned, the meeting she was dreading, the things she said last week she wished she could take back. She was at the table, but she wasn't at the table. And later, lying in bed, it hit her. Not guilt, something quieter. The sense that she was there, but she wasn't there. That she's been there, but she hasn't actually been there. And for a while now. That feeling, the one that tells you were in the room, but you missed the room, that's what we're sitting with today. Welcome back to episode 151 of Below the Circle. I'm Dr. Phyllis, your life landing coach. And if that story that I just described describes your day, maybe it's your Tuesday, your Wednesday, your Saturday, your vacation, you are not broken. You're circling on autopilot. And today we're going to talk about how to be present when you are present. Let me name what this actually looks like, because it can be sneaky. It doesn't show up like a crisis. It shows up subtly, like a regular day. You're at the dinner table, but you're running tomorrow's logistics in your head. You're at church, but you're thinking about the email you didn't send. You're at your daughter's game, your son's performance, but you're checking your phone instead of being in the moment. You're on vacation, but you're mentally back at the desk by Wednesday. You were there. You have the photos to prove it. But if you're honest, and this is the hard part, you don't actually remember being there. Not the way you wish you did. Here's what I want you to hear. This is not a character flaw. This is not a failure to be mindful enough or grateful enough. This is what happens when a woman has been managing everyone else's experiences for so long that she forgot she was supposed to have one too. You became so skillful at being present for everyone else that you lost the ability to be present with yourself. And now you're beating yourself up for missing it, for not being there enough, for being in the room, but not of the room. Sis, you didn't miss your life on purpose. You were just never taught how to be in it while you were in it. You were taught to manage it. And managing your life is not the same as living it. Here's the shift. Presence is a skill, not a personality trait. Presence is a skill, not a personality trait. You weren't born absent. You were trained out of presence by a life that rewarded you for being everywhere for everyone and nowhere for yourself. But the good news is, what was trained can be retrained. And the retraining does not require a mandatory app like a meditation app. It doesn't require you to sign up for a retreat. It doesn't require you to wait until you can create an hour of journaling at 5 a.m. before the house wakes up. Those are all good. But this retraining does not require that. The retraining only requires your 5 senses, the ones God already gave you: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Here's why the 5 senses work when nothing else does. Your senses can only operate in the present. Your mind can be 3 days ahead. Your heart can be 5 years behind. But your sensors are in the right now. When you feel the warmth of the cup of coffee in your hand, that's now. When you hear the wind in the trees, that's now. When you smell the rain before it comes, that's now. Your senses are the gauges that God built into your body to bring you back into the present. They are your built-in ground crew talking you down when your mind is still circling up in the air. I call these landing moments. One deliberate pause. One sense engaged. Just a few moments when you stop performing your life and actually feeling it. I had one last week. I was outside at night, letting the dogs out, and I suddenly heard a train on the tracks in the distance. And instead of going back inside, instead of reaching for my phone to scroll, I stopped. I just stood there and listened. And that sound, that train pulled me all the way back to my grandmother's house in Texas. The same sound, the same tracks. I could even hear the lion roaring from the zoo near her house at night. A little girl laying awake in her grandmother's house. No agenda, no list, completely present. And you know what? That moment didn't cost me anything. It took maybe 60 seconds, but it gave me something that no amount of doing could manufacture. It gave me back my life for a minute. It reminded me I was there for the good parts too. I hadn't totally missed my life of the past. And that's what I call a landing moment. And you can also create landing moments on purpose through any one of your 5 senses. Now, here's the part where I need you to listen carefully, because this is where the enemy would love to shut the whole thing down. You're going to hear this teaching and you're going to feel two things at once. The first feeling is hope. Okay, this is doable. I can do this. The second feeling is grief. But I've already missed so much. The years I was circling, the dinners I wasn't really at, the moments I was physically present for and mentally absent. What about those? Here's what I know, sis. You did not miss everything. You just stopped noticing. Those moments weren't wasted. They were seeds. God was in the room even when your mind wasn't. He was holding what you couldn't hold. And nothing has been wasted. You don't need to grieve the years you were circling. You need to land in the one you're in right now. One of my favorite scriptures, and this is in the New American Standard Bible version. Cease striving and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Cease striving, not cease working, not cease caring, cease striving. That grip on the lever, the grip on the wheel, that constant managing, that endless performance of your own life. Let it go and know that He is God. He's in the tower and He's cleared you to land. You can see this same invitation in the Mary and Martha story. Martha was in the room, but she was managing the room. And Jesus said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and bothered by so many things, but only one thing is necessary. For Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her. And that's Luke 10:41-42, the New American Standard Bible version. Now, what I want you to notice here, He didn't rebuke Martha for serving. He named what was happening inside of her. Worried, bothered, distracted from presence by the pressure to perform. That's been you at the dinner table. That's you at the game. That's you on vacation. Worried and bothered by so many things when only one thing is necessary. Being here, right now, in the room you're already standing in. And here's the beautiful part. Mary didn't do anything impressive. She just sat there. She was present. That's all. And Jesus called it the good part. You don't have to earn presence. You just have to choose it. Every week, I try to give you some tools to put in your toolkit So for this week, there's one practice, one question involving 5 senses. And I call it the 5 sense landing scan. Once a day, not all day, not every moment. Take a deep breath, not every moment, once a day. I want you to stop and engage one of your senses on purpose. One day, see something. Step outside. Look at the sky. Not at your phone, at the actual sky. Notice what's there. Second day, hear something. Sit in your car before you go inside. Just listen. 30 seconds is all it takes. Day 3, touch something. Hold something warm, your cup of coffee, your cup of tea, your favorite blanket, your dog, and just stay and be in that moment for 60 seconds, just 1 minute. Day 4, taste something. Eat one thing, one meal, one snack without multitasking. Just eat slowly and enjoy the experience of eating that food. And on the 5th day, smell something. Open a window, light a candle safely, yes, light a candle, or your aroma therapy you have. Let the scent register before the to-do list does. Just be in the moment to enjoy what you're smelling. And that's it. That's the 5 senses landing scan. One of your senses, one a day, one pause, just a few moments. You stop performing your life and actually feel it. That's it. That's the practice. Don't overcomplicate it. It's not a system. It's not one more thing to put on your to-do list. It's just one deliberate moment a day where you choose to be in the room you're already in. And when that grief shows up, when you start thinking about all the moments you weren't present for, I want you to hear this. It's not too late to land. You didn't miss everything. You just stopped noticing, and noticing is a skill you can start right now, today. If this episode named something you've been feeling but couldn't articulate, that ache of being in the room but not in the room, I want you to know that recognizing is the first key landing moment. And you just had one. You're not behind. You're not too late. You are a woman who is learning to be present in her own life. And that is the most important investment you will ever make. Now, if you're ready for the next step, the guide that I prepared for you is waiting at the belowthecircle.com. It's called What's Yours to Carry and What Isn't. And it will help you Begin sorting through what you've been holding that was never yours. Again, the guide is at thebelowthecircle.com. What's yours to carry and what isn't? Well, sis, as always, it is such a blessing to be with you. Now, until next time, don't forget, it's not too late to land. Stop circling and start landing. This is Dr. Phyllis, your landing coach, and I'll see you next time now. Bye-bye.